Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another very interesting session with Desh Kapoor. Welcome, Desh.
Thanks, Jaydev. Always good to be here.
Desh, next point is Rahul Gandhi is visiting Germany from December 15th to 20th. He's scheduled to meet German government ministers and engage with the Indian diaspora as part of a major Indian Overseas Congress outreach, according to the Indian Overseas Congress. But I mean, it's more than that. It's quite obvious that there's something brewing, right, which we are not aware of, because he talks about hydrogen bomb and all those things, and then you see attacks like the Red Fort blast happening. So all this seems very, very, suspicious indeed.
Right, it is. See, the thing is, you look at Germany. Germany is at the forefront of the liberal Europe that they have. A Europe which has lost its entire, relevance now. And like it is one of those countries which is actually leading the charge against Russia. And, so if you remember those three diplomats who actually wrote that op-ed in Times of India, just a few days before Mr. Putin actually came to India, one of them was from Germany. So Germany is not shy of, political interference within India. So, and it is a hub of all the, NGO-driven discourse on democracy and media freedom and backsliding, all those things. It is also actually, many people may not know, but a lot of, and if you read Rajiv Malhotra's work, you'll realize that a lot of missionary activities which is targeted towards India actually comes from Germany. So in that sense, I think, it'll be, from his perspective, it'll be an ideal place for moral signaling, virtue signaling. It is a moral signaling capital of liberal Europe anyways. So to do virtue signaling from there, would be just perfect for Rahul Gandhi. Because as I said, his brand of politics is anti-India. The more rabidly anti-India it is, the happier he feels. He feels he has accomplished something in his life when actually he's more rabidly anti-India, and he brings India down. And of course, he attacks Hindus and all those things, using RSS and BJP as proxies. But now those masks are gone. Now those things are better understood. He's better understood. So nobody is surprised at what he's trying to do. And then that would be a very safe place for him to seek, external validation, because domestically he has lost everything. I don't think there is anything left for him and his, with Supreme Court also going against all his, narratives, and, his own lawyers and all those things. It is, the only place left is the external validation now. So that's what he is trying to do. And, I don't know whether they realize it or not, because they think this is the best way to actually handle the situation. Because, every time they go outside, Rahul Gandhi, Sam Pitroda, and all these guys, whether they do Hindenburg or, other things, they think that, those countries and those powers still have the ability to hit India. I believe more and more that ability to hit India is going away, because India has become much stronger. Its intelligence, its security has become much better than it used to be. There was a time before 2014 that India was on complete sale. Anybody could buy anyone, whether it was Germany, US, a Soviet Union before that, or Russia, anyone, or China. Anyone could buy anyone. because like we know how many journalists were being bought by China. That came out. Even President at that time, Pranab Mukherjee, who was the MP, and I think he was the like one of the ministers in that cabinet, he had shared how many journalists were on the payroll of China. And like similarly, they were on the payroll of CIA and all those things. So now, at least in the higher echelons of the Indian politics, especially in BJP, people are not sold out, and that is a big difference. So they can try and do whatever they want. It will be very hard for them to actually break through this. So I think everyone, like in the West, is actually gunning for Modi ji, and the reason is very obvious, because they have no space left to sabotage and subvert India now. All that is still there is actually through these people, Rahul Gandhi, TMC, and Stalin, and all those folks, and that is what they try to do. So that's what I'm saying. The only window that the external forces have to enter India and to subvert India is the Indian opposition combined, the India alliance, and they have nothing else to do except feed that entire agenda to India. So Indian voters are like rising up, and they are resenting political leaders who seek legitimacy outside, and who try to keep going on with this failing domestic narrative of India being bad, Modi ji being bad, Hindus being the worst thing in mankind, and all those things, because that's what they keep doing all the time. And sometimes when they feel Hindus are too strong, they try to feign some kind of alignment with the Hindus, as we saw recently. What Mamta Banerjee was doing, she couldn't even ring a bell properly. That's how pathetic they are. When Rahul Gandhi walks in his dhoti, he can't even walk properly in his dhoti. He's so these guys are just absolutely pathetic actors. Everybody has seen through them. So so it's just a matter of time before they have to just leave the stage, because there is no future left for that kind of politics now.